morning. It is Tuesday morning. 2 days with power. So I honestly didn't do anything outside yesterday except for the necessities of animal feeding and taking care of. I spent my day in this house. I cleaned out Rosie's cage. I cleaned out all around Rosie's cage where she's been throwing her seeds, because I never ordered, when I had her in a black cage, I had a black net to catch her, a seed catcher. And it was starting to look really, really rough. Pulls on it and stuff like that. So, I've got a hair. Anyway, so I ordered her a white seed catcher, and but I pulled that chair away from the wall and I swept little feathers and seeds, and then Jensen's a horrible chewer. Now, he hasn't chewed so much on any of our, there for a while he was chewing on corners of pillows, and I've had to sew a couple corners closed, and I've even thrown away a couple of these little throw pillowcases because he's chewed them to the point that I couldn't. But he's actually outgrown most of that as far as laying out here and chewing. But he still tends to chew on his bed. So I found something online. I don't know if it's any good, but it's basically says it's chew proof. And the four corners, now that little kennel over there is 23, like 16 by 23 or something like that. So on the four corners, it's got these metal plates sort of somehow screwed in, like maybe with grum. I don't know how they screw it in. They screwed it in. And then the material inside is some kind of, the basic material is like a chew-proof fabric. I don't know how they make it. I don't know what it is. But I was looking for undestructible puppy beds or kennel mats, and I came across, there wasn't very many of them, but I come across one on Amazon, so I ordered it. And I don't know, I keep thinking something is right here. No, it's right, where is it? Maybe it's gone. Anyway, I worked on that yesterday, and I did 2 loads of clothes. And then, like I said, I did outside stuff, but just the animal stuff. The back deck, the interior part still looks like it looked the last night we slept out there, or the last day we were out there. The TV still sitting on that fireplace. His DVD player is still out there. I'll bring that in tonight or this evening. I want to rearrange some camper stuff. This is what I have a plan of, just getting rid of the camper. Now, the little camper house will still be there because that's a building that was built. But the camper, when we built the house up next to it, it's its own separate thing. So the camper is underneath an awning. So the camper house was built as close, or maybe that back wall part, the bottom. There's a 4x4 that's in between the camper and the house. You just can't see it because there's walls. So I was thinking that, and I ran this by Buddy, and he seemed to think it was a good idea and he would like that. But we have to do it. I have to get rid of that camper in the summer, because once winter comes, it's not going to go anywhere across that pasture or that field behind. It's not even a field. Basically, that would be Buddy's backyard. It's got to go across. It's got to literally go across his yard and then cut in front of his, like where his road, his little blacktop is, into his shop, into his barn. It's got to cut across that and hit Mom and Dad's driveway and go and leave. So, but the house itself is still 10 by 30. That's not considered, that might be considered a tiny home, because that's 300 square foot. But it's already broke down in 3 rooms. A small room at the end, a small room down here, and basically a fairly large center. So this room down here is the bathroom. When you walk in, it's to the right, and to the left is a small bedroom. The bedroom would pretty much stay the way it is. The living room, I'm gonna revamp, I want to have a yard sale too. God, that place is full of furniture. You don't even understand. You guys know that Dad tends to be a hoarder. I know I tend to like I just put something on Facebook this morning about, this is a nice board. I can find something to do with this board. Well, you need scrap? I got scrap. What you need? These bucket, all this stuff. I'm like that too. I feel like if that board is 2 foot tall or 2 foot long, that can be used for something. That's a 2 foot shelf. You go and buy a pre-made shelf at Walmart, one of them particle board shelves, and you can get them 2 foot long. So I already have it. It's real wood. It ain't particle board. So anything like that I keep. I'm just a keeper. But I tend to keep furniture too, especially if it's an antique, because I love antiques. I love antique furniture. And I don't think anything today is built, nothing is built today as well as it was back then. So what I was thinking was getting rid of the couch that's out there. It's a nice couch, but it's gray. It would never be a couch I'd bring in my house because it's gray, and I don't do gray. So, but the camper house, I needed a couch after the flood, after Harvey, and that's the couch I put in there. So I'd like to get rid of the couch. You see, once the camper's gone, there will not be a kitchen, and there won't be a second bedroom, because the second bedroom is the up part of the fifth wheel, the bedroom part of the fifth wheel, and the kitchen is the kitchen. So what I was thinking, when we had to live in it, the kitchen had those tiny little sinks, not to mention it was plastic. So when we built the bathroom, I put 2 standard 1 foot wide kitchen cabinets, because they're 24, in the bathroom, and then I put a piece of plywood across the top, just like my countertops in here, plywood polyed about 6 times. Then I got a big hole and dropped in a utility sink. And I'm not talking about a small, I know there's utility, but I'm talking about the old-fashioned utility sinks that, are like 16 inches deep or something. I don't know, it's deep, and it's about 16 to 8 inches this way, wide, and the same, they're perfect square. Dropped it down in there because I knew that the kitchen and the camper wasn't gonna be really used for washing dishes and all that kind of stuff. I'd use that utility sink for that. So the bathroom was like double duty, to washing dishes and stuff, getting water for the kitchen, and then washing the dishes when it was all over with. That's all. I mean, it wasn't like I was preparing food in a bathroom, but I was getting my water there for cooking, and I was washing in there dishes. So I was thinking that I would get rid of that couch, sell that couch in a yard sale, sell the camper, or maybe even give the camper away, because I've basically gutted the camper. The bed, it's a pretty camper. We worked everything in there, and the bedroom, when you step in and look up at the bedroom, it's so pretty. It's got a beigey carpet. I replaced the carpet when I got the camper. So I say the carpet's new because, I mean, I know it's like many years old already, but we haven't really lived in the camper. We were there for a couple of months waiting to get into this house. Everybody that I know, Tina's lived in it, Buddy and Steph's lived in it, my boss lived in it. This was after it was all fixed up. After it had the front on it, because I was the first one to. Now Buddy and Tony lived in it off and on even before there was a front, when it was just a camper, just staying in it, and it had been reworked. I'd put beadboard up in places, I'd painted everything, and I'd put new carpet. So anyway, what I would like to do is just get rid of the camper. And once the camper's pulled out from underneath that awning it's under, then me and Buddy can split the cost, or he can pay for it, but put a slab under there. And the doorway that would have been the camper doorway and the doorway from the building into the camper, we will bring that AC that's in the, because the AC in the camper didn't work when I got it, so I put a window unit. So I'd bring that window unit in to that doorway and frame it all in and make it like a built-in window unit. And then I would have a small kitchenette. I would put a small kitchenette on this end of that door. There's about 3 foot between that doorway and the bathroom wall. I could put a real small kitchenette on this side of the bathroom door, and then on this side of the bathroom door put a pantry and the small refrigerator. It's an apartment, I would say it's an apartment size refrigerator, but it's actually tall. It's about 4 foot tall. It's not a dorm, it's 4 foot tall refrigerator, and it's fairly new. So I would put all that in the new part, in the house part, and so it would have a small little kitchenette, and then it would have a big bathroom, the bathroom that's there, and it would have the little bedroom that's over here. And then in the middle part, the living actual part, even though I put a little bit toward a kitchen over here in the corner, we're talking about like 3 foot wide by 3 foot, 3 by 3 on this end, and like 3 by 2 over here. It would be a very small little kitchen flanking the bathroom wall. And then I would put that trundle bed that I was sleeping on. I'd take the couch out and put the trundle bed, and I would put that bed, that chair bed of Levi's, and I would put those 2 things in there as in the living room. And then that's going to give somebody 3 places to sleep: a bedroom, a trundle. The bedroom is a twin, the trundle is a twin, and then we know that little, that's basically a twin too, but it's even more narrow than a twin. But still, that would give 3 sleeping places if somebody in a necessity had to stay in it. And then, that's it. But I'm telling you that right now it's full of all kinds of random pieces of furniture that I'm not using but don't want to get rid of. And I'm going to go ahead and break down and sad face, get rid of stuff. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do, but I need to get the camper out of there. And then, like I said, when the camper's gone, we'll put a slab underneath that awning, and I will be able to park like my lawnmower under there. I can go ahead and probably just take down that little back shed thing off my back, off the back of my shop, and sort of open that up more where I can mow good and stuff, because it's really congested right there between the barn and the shop. There's that little lean-to shed. Just take that down, because I'll be able to park my lawnmower there, and my little bike, my little electric bike would be able to park there. Maybe even push my push mower underneath it. And at the far end, Buddy would be able to come in from that end with his tractor and park his tractor there. So that gives him tractor parking. And being that it's behind the house, it's not view to the world from the road what we got, and what we got is not a lot, but what we got, we want to keep, because we can't afford to replace it. So anyway, I was thinking that would be a good idea to do. And so I may just give the camper away. And I was thinking about calling Ted and saying, look, because he asked me what would I want to sell it for. And the truth is, I don't really even need to sell it. I just want to get rid of it. So it's gone, and I ain't got to think about it no more, and somebody else can. But there's stuff in there too that probably doesn't need, I can say, if you want the bed, you can have it. It's a pretty good mattress. But the window unit has to come out. When the window unit comes out of the camper, then that frees the whole sides up from just being pulled on out, straight on out. But then, I don't know, Ted asked me about it, but somebody's got to have a 5th wheel to pull it. So anyway, there's some stuff I want to do, but that's got to get done this summer when it's really hot and we're not dealing with the rain we just had, because I think the ground might be too soft right now. I don't know. But I also want to make a place for the generator to put next to the well house that's easy access to the well house. Now, Buddy wants to enlarge the well house later on, and I get that, but I don't know if I want my generator to stay in the well house. Because when you're running it, it has to be in the open. It can't be closed up where the air is building up and it's making it hotter than it is. It's got to be in the open. So, you know, if we build on to it and make it bigger, you might could park it in there, but when it's time to use it, you'd have to pull it out. So I have a perfect place, an old well house that would be easy access, and there's an outlet there for charging. Like, I was thinking, there's an outlet there. When Tina and Rob lived in the RV, they had their washer and dryer in the old well house. There's just a big slab, and it's a tall slab. I mean, it's a slab it's like this deep. It's a foot slab. It's a foot tall slab, but it's about a 8x8 or 8x6 building. Perfect size for the generator to park in, and maybe even my air compressor. And my air compressor could plug in to that outlet that was put in there for Tina's washing machine. There's also a dryer plug out there. You know, a big old 220 is turned off, but it's out there. If anybody ever had to have a washer and dryer, they could put that in that building. But I would think, you know, if I was to tear down the walls and take the roof away, I'd end up with an 8x6 slab, a foot deep, that would just be sitting there in the middle of the. So why not use it? Anyway, there's a whole lot of ideas. But I haven't done anything out there because I want to take that bed on the back porch. I haven't cleaned up out there because I've just spent my day in the house yesterday doing sort of house stuff, because for a week I couldn't spend any time in the house. And then I want to take that bed and those 2 mattresses that we were using to the camper house and just lean them up in there. To get them off the back deck, and then clean the back deck good and get that back to normal. And then I need to take down that canopy that I put up. Like, literally, I had that canopy up for a day. That was it. I mean, I only needed it for a day. Anyway, just sort of been lazy, guys. But I'm fixing to go right now. I'm dressed to run to town. Levi's got a prescription to pick up. I've got a small grocery order because I just needed milk, but then I started thinking about things, and I started adding until I have a $37 grocery order to pick up. And yeah, I guess that's it. And I need to make a bank deposit. So you know, Tony gives me insurance. I keep insurance on his vehicles, and he gives me the money when it's time to pay insurance. So to put that money in the bank so it'll cover the insurance when it comes out of my account. So anyway, got to do some stuff, run town to do some stuff, but I just thought I would check in with y'all and catch up, because the last 2 videos that y'all have seen were still no power videos. So I have power. I've had power for 2 days now. Well, 1 full day. Got it Sunday night, so I've had it 1 full day and a little bit. Praise God. Basically 2 nights in AC. That was wonderful. It seems so funny that when I think of how I was gonna make this work, you know, and I was saying it's not so bad, you know. It's when you take your bath in the pool and you get all cooled off and you powder down and you put your nightgown on and the fan is blowing on you, you can sleep. And I did. I didn't sleep good, because I'll tell you why. When I slept good, but I woke up every 4.5 to 5 hours because I had the generator. I'd have to put gas in, and if you remember, the old one doesn't go on economy. It will not run on economy, and so it has to run on the wide open switch, which is fine, because it was finally, I got to the point where I was not doing all that switching around. I moved everything out of that back porch refrigerator and put it in the house. So I was keeping the house refrigerator, without fail, it was not being turned off. And so when you're running a refrigerator and then you've got a fan and a TV and blah, 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 you know, that's drinking your gas. And even though these little Hondas only take 1 gallon of gas at a time, and supposedly you can get 6 to 8 hours out of that if it's not a full pool, I was fully pulling. So anyway, you don't sleep, because I'm an easy wake up person anyway. So the minute everything, either I woke up when I heard it going, you know, then you know it's getting low on gas, and you jump up and you're trying to do it really, really fast, put gas in there so it don't die. But there were a few times that it, you know, in that week of no electricity, there were a few times that it literally did die. And then I woke up to everything just pitch black and no noise. And you're reaching for the, you know, right where you set the little light, which is still sitting right here. Look, it's still in this living room, sitting on this dining room table, this light. Now I'm going to order some more of these. Oh. Okay, so I think it's got, actually I just noticed something. It's got, looks like it's bright white. White. Oh, that's gold, and this is white. You know, like LED white. Yeah, so I didn't realize it had all them settings. I just clicked it one time and went on about my business. But I had that sitting right there by my bed, so I could just reach up and grab it, turn it on, and go out there. So you didn't sleep real good. So the last 2 nights I've slept all night long, basically didn't know nothing till the next morning, praise God. Even Levi didn't wake me up. And both nights he's gotten up early and ended up in here on the couch watching TV. He's pretty good about leaving the room when I'm still asleep, because we've had that little argument before where he wakes up and just turns the TV up. And I turn it down, you know. So now he just gets up and comes on into the living room. So anyway, we're going to run on to town, but just wanted to catch up with y'all and let you know some plans I plan to do, and I'll show y'all some stuff. And I'm going to show you the camper and the little camper house. And oh, that's Daniel. Me and Daniel tend to, back when he's out of town right now, but we tend to send constantly reels that we find that are funny. Like if I start laughing at something, I'm thinking, that's the first thing I think, oh my God, I gotta show this to Daniel. And I'm just laughing and giggling while I'm sending it to him. And we tend to find the same things funny. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. God bless y'all. And you guys, if any of y'all are out there still without power, I am so sorry, and I am still praying for anybody that's going through any of that, because it is hot, it is humid, it is nasty, and I've been where you're at right now, and I'm so sorry. So I love you. God bless y'all. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.